I'd like to give you a demonstration on the TCI Colour Cube today so that you can get an idea of how it works and the advantages and differences between the Colour Cube and the TCI Colour palette or swatch book. The Colour Cube are larger colour samples than the swatch books. They're about 2.5 by 2.5 inches or 5 by 5 centimetres, and the cube's held together by a pin which is really easily taken apart if you want to separate the hues. So you can see that just by undoing the pin and removing it, you can keep the hues separate. The other good thing is that you can also put the swatches through the little hole onto one of these snap rings, which some people like because it makes them more movable and you can fan them out very, very easily. So one of the things that I really like about the cube is that the larger colour samples actually do make it easier to colour match. The bigger the piece is, the more there is for the eye to look at, and you can see here that if you were just looking at matching this green piece of fabric, it could be an item of clothing, that you can tell very easily whether, in this example, we're looking for a light summer green. The value is well within the value range that you'd find for a light summer colour, and the chroma is very, very good. It's not brighter than any of these samples, and it actually matches almost spot on this one here. I don't know whether you can see that, but it fades into the background, so it's a perfect match. And because you can isolate the colour, you don't have to have the corresponding colours around it. In some ways it does make it much easier to see whether the colour fits in. It doesn't have to be a perfect match, but it fits in. The other thing that I really like about the Colour Cube is that once you take the pieces apart, you can start playing around with colour combinations. So you might use it to start seeing what sort of colour combining works for you, and I think that does depend a lot on your style or what people call their image identity. You can get an idea of, for instance, how to create a collection of colours which are all based on accents. A fashion neutral background, for instance greys, but then lots of pops of colour, and that would suit one particular style identity very well, as opposed to using more fashion neutrals. So for instance, I've got here a collection of greys and beiges, and then adding in a pop of colour. Probably better if I show that to you off the green. Not quite as easy for you to see when it's on the neutral grey. But if you're wanting to start to colour design, and that's where we talk about fine-tuning your colour palette, deciding what sort of arrangements appeal to you and appeal to your eye and appeal to how you want to present yourself, that's how you can do it. And you can't do it with the colour palette. You can only do it using the Colour Cube pieces. So they're about 5 by 5 centimetres, or I think 2.5 by 2.5 inches. They're all cotton canvas, so they have that texture which is like linen. They're archival quality, and they're really beautiful to feel. Another idea that I've heard people use is if they're just looking for something in pink, they might separate the hues that they're looking for and just take those shopping and use them to help identify just the colour that they're looking for. And you can see here that within this range, this pink fits again perfectly in terms of the value and the chroma. It's bright, but not too bright. It's a light value. It's not going too much darker, and it's spot on. And it's very easy to see that because of the large size. So they're just a couple of ideas and hints about how to use the TCI Colour Cube. They're only on sale for a week, doing a special production run because people so wanted them after they stopped being made about a year ago. So you've got a couple of days left if you want to get one. Just go straight onto the TCI website, truecolour.com.au, and click into the Colour Cube link in the shop and get yourself one before they go. Thanks a lot. Bye.